Good day or welcome to your favorite YouTube channel, Nation's Voice Tower. My name is Angela Himalayas and I'm here with today's newspaper review. Without wasting much of your time, let's go straight to the business of the day. It is 43 days or plus or minus 42 days to the 2023 February elections, and here I am with more newspaper review for you for today. Straight on our table today is the Punch newspaper, and in front of the Punch, as you can see there, boldly written is a caption that says budget deficit rises 370%. Okay, hits 47 trillion naira under Buhari. That is on the front page of the Punch. President to pass on $15.62 billion Eurobond repayments to the next government. Wow, whoever is going to be the next president is inheriting that $15.62 billion Eurobond. You can find that, if you want to know more about that story, you can find that on page 20 of the Punch publication of today. Yes, and then still in the cover page of the Punch, you could see photos of the armed forces there marching. It says, "Be guided by diplomatic practice as federal government urges envoys." Be guided by diplomatic practice as federal government urges envoys. Next, still on the Punch, you see on the top left corner it says ballot paper, local printers set to sue INEC. Local printers set to sue INEC. That is that particular story has been online or has been on the lips of everyone for the past days. And of course, Nigerian printers under the Chartered Institute of Professional Printers of Nigeria have threatened to drag the Independent National Electoral Commission to court, that's INEC, for allegedly printing a large chunk of its electoral materials overseas. Oh wow, they are not happy that INEC took their jobs abroad. You could know, if you want to know more about that, you should check on page 2 and 29 of the Punch publication. All right, then next we say lastly on the Punch, in the front cover, we have a story that says federal government woos Spanish investors for 7 oil blocks. Yes, if you want to know more about that story, you check the page 10 of today's Punch publication. That is that on the Punch. Without wasting much of your time, we'll go over to the next newspaper. The Punch has had a lot of stories today, but I think the next one is going to blow your mind. Over time, we've been having stories about PVC collections and PVC collection closing dates and so on. Now, Nigerian Tribune, I beg your pardon, the Nigerian Tribune, today's publication, has come out to say in the front page, boldly written, it says INEC bows to pressure. Finally, INEC bows to pressure and extends deadline. Of course, people have been giving their own minds, saying their own perspectives or giving their own opinions online about what INEC decided to say on the deadline for the collection of PVCs. All right, but the Nigerian Tribune has said today that INEC has finally bowed to pressure and has extended the deadline for the collection of PVCs. If you want to know about that, you could see that on page 5 of the Tribune. Then still on the Tribune, top left corner, we have a story that we brought to you sometime last week, and the story still continues. Okupe in arrest drama at Lagos Airport. Okupe in arrest drama at Lagos Airport. Yes, some time ago I brought you a story about Adedoyin Okupe, which is the former campaign DG of Labour Party that was formerly indicted by the DSS, and now stories emanating from the DSS table, especially taken by the Tribune. In front of the Tribune, left the top corner, says Okupe has been arrested. The Department of the State DSS, of course, confirmed the arrest of former presidential spokesman Dr. Adedoyin Okupe, and the confirmation was made via their statement by the Public Relations Officer of the DSS, Dr. Peter Afunaya, in a statement sent to newsmen. Of course, if you want to know more about that, you know that from news, he was arrested yesterday at the Murtala Mohammed International Airport, Lagos, at by the EFCC, although the order was given by the EFCC DG. Okay, he was trying to fly to London. If you want to know more about that, you should check page 8 of the Nigerian Tribune. Then next on the Tribune, after that story, still on the top corner, you see Obasanjo denies writing UK on forthcoming elections. Yes, there is a particular news that has been trending over time that the former president Olusegun Obasanjo wrote to the UK, to the United Kingdom, to hands off the 2023 elections. Okay, but he has come out to deny that allegation. His special assistant on media, Kehinde Akinyemi, on Thursday denied claims that his boss wrote a letter to the British government on the forthcoming elections. Okay, Akinyemi issued that in a statement in Abeokuta, the Ogun State capital, and he explained that the former president had not written any letter, whether in private or for the public, aside the one he issued on the New Year Day of 2023, and the congratulatory letter to Professor Toyin Falola on his 70th birthday. That story is a very interesting one, especially as it concerns the presidential elections and the general elections come February 25th. If you want to know about that particular story, you should check the page 4 of the Nigerian Tribune's publication of today. Yes, finally, on that same paper, you said, "Don't interfere with our election," Buhari warns foreign governments. Don't interfere with our election, as Buhari warns foreign government. Yes, still on the matter, on the issue of whether or not if former President Obasanjo wrote to the UK on the forthcoming elections. The present president, the outgoing president, President Muhammadu Buhari, General Commander of the Federal Republic, has come out to say in the front page of the Tribune that to the UK government that they shouldn't interfere with the Nigerian election. That is that for the Nigerian Tribune. If you want to know more on that particular story by Muhammadu Buhari, you should check the page 3 of the Tribune. Next on our table is one of the most popular and famous dailies of all time in the country, and this is called the Vanguard. Now, the Vanguard on its front page has boldly written, it says, "Scarcity about petrol this time around, about petroleum. Scarcity lingers as private depots sell at 240 naira per litre." Scarcity lingers as private depots sell at 240 naira per litre. Of course, shortage may continue until June or thereabouts, according to the Vanguard. 7 private depots have reopened as regards the petroleum scarcity and the price mentioned overleaf. All right, and then of course, queues have increased in Abuja, Lagos, and so on and so forth. Regulators not at filling stations as commuters pay high fares. Wow, if you want to know more about that particular story, you should check the front cover of the Vanguard. Now, boldly written on the top is the same story that says INEC extends PVC collection deadline to January 29th. Yes, to punish staff over alleged extortion and discriminatory issuance. All right. Yes, according to Professor Mahmood Yakubu, the Director General of the Chairman of INEC, the INEC have come together to agree to the extension of the formerly outlined PVC collection deadline to 29th. Okay, and this is due to alleged extortion from INEC staff to masses, and then discrimination by same staff of the parastatal. Yes, and if you want to know more about that, you should check page 8 of the Vanguard of today's publication. Yes, next, still on the Vanguard, there is a particular caption at the right corner, bottom left corner, I beg your pardon. Obi challenges other candidates on educational records and health status. Obi challenges other candidates on educational records and health status. Yes, says the presidency is not a retirement job. I guess the presidential candidate of the Labour Party has boldly come out to say this because of the age advantage he has over other or the four or the three most talked about candidates for the presidential seat. Talking about Bola Asimaju, Ahmed Tinubu, the presidential flag bearer of the APC, of the All Progressive Congress, and then his counterpart, which is Atiku Abubakar, the former vice president of Nigeria. Amongst these people, Peter Obi of the Labour Party seems to be the youngest amongst all, and he has come out in front of on the front page of the Vanguard today to challenge his counterparts for the presidential seat age-wise and via education records. Yes. If you want to know more about that particular story, you should go on page 27 of the Vanguard's publication of today. And finally, on the Vanguard, we have a particular caption that says IPOB disowns alleged female executioner. IPOB disowns alleged female executioner. Trending for the past 24 or 48 hours is the video of a particular lady, a young beautiful lady that was formerly an executioner for the independent people of Biafra, and then she actually took security operatives to a bush where her and her cohorts allegedly buried the bodies of some of their victims. Okay, so IPOB has come out to disown the alleged female executioner, saying she doesn't belong to them. Yeah, so if you want to know more about that story, the story is very intriguing and interesting. You should check the page 11 of the Vanguard's publication of today, being the 13th of January 2023. We go to the next newspaper. This is a very popular one too, from The Nation. The Nation on our table today has a very big caption in front of it, and the caption says, I read, wow, the caption says, millions of uncollected PVCs force INEC to shift deadline. Millions of uncollected PVCs force INEC to shift deadlines. Yes, it says up to 13.87 million cards printed for valid registrants are yet to be collected. Okay, yes, and an agency has probed alleged extortion. Now the Nation has come out to give us another reason for the extension of the collection of PVCs compared to the formal reasons we had. Aside the fact that there is a purported alleged probe of extortion by staff, the Nation has come out to tell us that due to the fact that there is a high number of uncollected PVCs, INEC has decided to shift the deadline for the collection date. You can see that on the front page of the Nation newspaper. Then if you want to know more about that, you should check on the Nation's newspaper. Then still on the Nation's bottom corner of the same publication, you have 6.32 million pounds, and 5.5 million euros, and then $390 million looted funds recovered in 7 years, says the Accountant General of the Federation. Okay, wow, that is much money. A lot of Nigerians have been crying of poverty, unemployment, and low standard of living, but here is the Nation telling us that so certain amounts of money have been recovered over time during this government. And furthermore, it says 1.8 billion naira raked in from sales of forfeited properties, and then permanent structure being built for trial of terrorism cases. Okay, if you want to find more about that story, the story is on page 25 of the Nation. Still on the Nation, we have on the topmost corner, rejection of new naira notes is a crime. CBN warns rejection of new naira notes is a crime. The new naira notes have been causing a lot of commotion in Nigeria, in different states though, and even when you go to the market, you notice that a lot of traders don't want to have any connection whatsoever with these new naira notes. Some citing the reason being that some say the naira notes do wash away when they come in contact with water, and some say the naira notes have not been universally accepted in the country. Some still say that they prefer the old ones to the new ones. Right now, the CBN has come out to tell us that we don't have an option to either pick the preferred ones we need, or the old ones or the new ones. The new ones have come to stay, and they have warned that anyone who rejects the new naira notes is liable to judgment. If you want to see that, you should get full captions or full details on that story on page 7 of the Nation publication. Finally, on the Nation, on the topmost right corner, still on the Igweben kidnap in Edo State. Earlier last week, I brought you a story that there was a kidnap at a train station in the Igweben local government area of Edo State, of which I updated you over time that 31 victims were reportedly kidnapped. And then furthermore, we got an update that no fewer than 6 persons have been rescued from the kidnappers' den. 2 plus or minus 2 or 3 children have also been rescued, and then a few women have gotten to escape. Now, on the Nation's publication today, it says, still on the Igweben kidnap, policeman killed in gun duel between security operatives and kidnappers. That is a very strong news there, and you can find that on page 8 of the Nation's publication of today. Then finally, Senate urges federal government to stop borrowings. Senate urges federal government to stop borrowings. It charges MDAs to improve revenue generation. Yes, that is on the front cover of the Nation. Of course, the Senate President has urged the federal government. The Senate President Ahmad Lawan yesterday warned against increased borrowings by the federal government to fund development projects. All right, and he said that at a brief meeting that they had to actually mark the 14th to actually mark a particular event in Abuja, and he said although borrowings cannot really be completely shifted or completely eradicated, but the government can also curtail the rate at which it borrows from neighboring countries far and near. If you want to know more about that, you should check the front page publication of the Nation's news paper. Yes, next on our table today is the Sun, the Daily Sun. I like this particular newspaper due to their versatility in the way they report their own form of information. Yes, and boldly written in front of the publication of the Sun, the Daily Sun today, says President Muhammadu Buhari warns international community on election. I have said that before, and it is still on the alleged letter that was allegedly written by former President Olusegun Aremu Obasanjo to the United Kingdom. And then President Buhari has come out to tell them to be guided by diplomatic practices, and then we wish Nigerians well, according to envoys. You can see it there on the front page of the Daily Sun. Then still on the Daily Sun, bottom corner, it says, don't hand Nigeria over to a sick person. Obi says the Labour Party presidential candidate has come out, as I said before, to challenge and say, don't hand Nigeria to a sick person. He is confident of victory, and he said he will end poverty, unemployment, and incessant ASU strikes. Wow, it's not as easy as has been said, although some of our political stakeholders say it is easier said than done. It is left to see if Peter Gregory Obi, the Labour Party presidential flag bearer, will be able to do as he has said. Of course, we've had redundant promises from different politicians over time, so we hope this shouldn't be one of them. If you want to know more about what Peter Obi said on the health status and then the educational level and then his future manifesto for the country, I guess you should check out the page 27 of the Daily Sun publication of today. Yes, that is that on the Daily Sun publication for today. And then without wasting much of your time, we'll touch a little bit of sports publications. And then quickly, the Punch Sports Extra in front says West Ham have begun negotiations with Terem Murphy. The Nigerian attacker has actually been off and on the international scene for some time, but news reaching our table today via the Punch Sports Extra publications for 13 January today says West Ham, English Premier League side West Ham have begun negotiations for Terem Murphy. Okay, yes, I'm sorry. Next we say Barca begin Depay exit talks. Yes, Memphis Depay, the Netherlands international, has been blowing hot and cold for the Catalan side, Barcelona. All right, the Spanish La Liga side have actually relegated the Netherlands international to the background since discovering wondrous form under Spanish coach and former player Xavi Hernandez. Okay, in the Barcelona side, he has been ousted by the likes of Ferran Torres, Ansu Fati, Robert Lewandowski, and then Dembele, Ousmane Dembele, and then new signing Rafinha. So right now on that publication it says Barca have begun his exit talks. Wow, he's left to see if he leaves or not. So that is that on the publication, as you can see, of today's publication of the Punch Sports Extra. Finally, on sports, we have it's a publication from Sporting Live. From Sporting Live, it says, boldly written, it says, Messi's £245 million a year deal to join Al Hilal on the table. All right, there has been rumors in the sports football world about Lionel Messi, joining his arch rival Cristiano Ronaldo in the Saudi Arabian League. And then the Sporting Life publication has come out today to tell us that his reported £245 million a year deal to join Al Hilal, a Saudi Arabian side, is on the table. His agent, who is his dad, is in Riyadh presently for talks, and a move could reignite on-pitch rivalry with Ronaldo. It is left to see if Ronaldo and Messi will play in the same league. It's been a particular thing, a particular story, a particular occurrence that most football fans have been praying and waiting to see. Okay, right now we are on the verge of seeing it happen after Ronaldo's long-term signature to Saudi Arabian side, okay, and Al Nasser, okay, earlier in January after the 2022 World Cup in Qatar. Now, news emanating via Sporting Life and sports publication has come out to tell us that Messi is on his way to Al Hilal, still in the Saudi Arabian Gulf Premier League for a deal worth £245 million per year. Let's see if that says to happen. That is that on our newspaper review this morning, today being 13th of January 2023. Yes, a lot of intriguing stories there, a lot of mind-blowing captions there, and a lot of electorally inclined stories there. I urge you to pick one of these publications on your way to work or on your way to wherever you're going to today. Pick any of these publications and stay glued to them. Of course, you will have a lot to read and a lot to keep you glued to your seat in these publications. Thank you very much. It is still Nation's Voice Tower, and we're here telling you to always remember to comment on our work, Always remember to like and subscribe, and don't forget to view this channel all the time, because it is with your views that YouTube gets to recommend our videos for people out there. Thank you very much, and stay tuned with us. Peace out.